Alright, boy, you better have the best gosh darn confession ever. I am ready for this. We landed at the roof of a building which sat atop a hill. With Lupin's assistance, I rested my feet back on the ground without worry.
You haven't said a word. Are you mad with me? Are you disappointed in me for making such a show out of leaving you and then coming back? Are you unhappy I pretended to be our teacher?
Then, quite suddenly, I snapped. Everything I'd felt since the morning he disappeared erupted within me. I didn't care about being ladylike when I grabbed his collar. All the aggression I'd built came into form at once. There wasn't any time to consider being proper. Oh my goodness, did she smooch him? Now she's just like, you baka! Is that a joke? Be serious! Mad with you? I've never been madder! You have no idea how I felt without you, and you come back, stand here, laughing away like nothing happened!
Yes, you're right.
Lupin made no attempt to free himself. If all you're going to do is stand there and look apologetic, then why did you come back? You're a gentleman thief! It shouldn't be that difficult to deceive just me, so why give yourself away? I've had enough of being played with by you. Just stop it.
So you really do hate me, then?
You're a devil. If I hated you with all my heart, I wouldn't be so happy to see you again. If I hated you, I wouldn't keep thinking that I don't care how many times I'm deceived. How I just want to be with you. I don't hate you at all. I adore you. I love you. There. I had said it. Through it all, my grip grew weak from fatigue, but I didn't want to let go of him. I didn't even have the strength to shake away my frustrations. The hold was weak, lifeless, and at the same time a comfort to me. No. I could feel his arm move, but only just. He didn't touch me. After a pause, he opened his mouth to reply.
I know. I know you do.
Don't give me some Han Solo nonsense right here.
I know full well how much you love me.
And what about you? I wanted to ask, but I didn't have the pluck. There was no need to muster up such pluck either, for the arm that refused to hold me at my most vulnerable said plenty. The worlds we live in are simply too different. I've known all along, but how I wished. I still had hope. I thought of him through rose-colored spectacles, this gentleman thief, and expected he would start to think something similar towards me. It must be nice to sound so confident about everything.
Well, it wouldn't do for my line of work if I couldn't feign confidence in pursuit of what I want.
I placed my hands on his chest to feel his heartbeat. It was much faster than when we were in the cave. Lupin, why did you do this? He then, with his hands now on my shoulders, separated myself from him.
Why do you think I did?
I don't know. His expression was direct as it was blithe, with a smile that was too kind for one of my current despondency. I averted my gaze. Music abruptly is like, N I tried to, rather, for Lupin would have none of it. He turned me by my cheek so that I had little choice in the matter.
It's because I have something I must tell you.
All his boyhood gaiety left him then, replaced by a stern face that I could not recall seeing on him before. You suck. I knew it was going to involve this counting to 10 with the eyes closed again thing, but gosh darn, man. Fine.
I'm going to count to 10. I want you to close your eyes as I do.
What? My heart gave a single loud beat I could even feel in my throat. This old trick? Why? Would he use this to disappear from my life again? Leave me to my loneliness and let that be that. He showed no sign of his next move. Perhaps he noticed the unease on my face since he made an immediate motion to appease me.
I realize I'm asking a lot by wanting you to believe me. It's just for this moment. Please. Would you be willing to put your trust in me?
If I must, I'll trust you.
Thank you.
I'd hoped this would be the last time I had to close my eyes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2...
Thump, thump, thump. My heartbeat persisted, racing faster with each number whispered. Though I could not see, I sensed close movement that tingled my cheeks.
1.
I believed him, but my heart was anxious from the thought he would be gone again. At the last number, I opened my eyes and reached out.
Lupin!
He was gone. I could beg an infinite number of times for him to stay. I could ask him in an infinite number of ways, and the result would be the same. My voice wasn't enough. My love for him wasn't enough. I knew it was going to happen, but still my heart crumbled.
Lupin!
I cried, knowing only the wind would listen. My vision blurred till I could no longer see where he last stood. The world was lost to an outpouring of tears that would not stop, a devastation newly attained that I could not measure. The weight of having lost him again was far too great.
Don't cry, my princess.
Where did you go? Why would you do that? Do you want to just see, like, how much he loves you, man? Reduce her to tears every time you leave?
A familiar heat met my back, eliciting a pause. Then Lupin embraced me.
I've decided I don't want to let anyone else have you. I don't want to let you go either.
Lupin? Then...
I don't know when it happened, but you've stolen my heart. Imagine that. A thief having something of his stolen right from under his nose. So please, please let me stay with you. I love you, Emily.
This music coming back is all I ever wanted.
And so my tears continue to fall.
I'm like, where are we? Because Big Ben is kind of at a weird angle. Are we falling down out of the sky? And again with the sparkles, my boy. I guess we're just like looking up from a strange angle. And so my tears continued to fall.
I could never tell the difference between your truths and lies. Yet part of me believed the way you touched me held the truth. His embrace was wonderful. The softness of his voice was sincere. Certainly I wanted to trust that he did love me. I shifted so that I could see his eyes, now young, exposed, and unprepared for the hurt that would come were I not to accept. Even if it's just for this moment, The silence was palpable as he waited, holding me. Well, I don't know if I can believe you just yet. You've lied, tricked, and deceived me so many times that it's hard to think you can become sincere this quickly.
What?
I stretched as high as I could by standing on the tips of my toes, upwards and upwards till I could no longer support myself, and he, in turn, leant downwards to hear me closely.
Yay! Good job, girl.
It gave me the perfect reach to plant a modest kiss on his cheek. To my entertainment, Lupin did not expect this. His eyes opened wide in surprise. The reaction was so charming. Very charming. I'd never seen the look on him before, which made it all the more pleasing for me. And perhaps his face paid enough distraction from my own blushing. But I love the way you finally opened your heart to me. He paused, still shocked, still uncertain, still naked in his confession. Then he relented.
Oh, Emily. You win this round.
Win what? I wanted to step back, but he tightened his embrace to prevent escape.
I'll never hide my heart from you again.
That whisper gave me gooseflesh. He strengthened himself to keep me in place, holding me lovingly. Huh? I didn't understand what happened at first. He was holding me, his smile warm, his embrace inviting, and then he kissed me. There was more than mine on the cheek. It was one of the lips, eager and aggressive, as if he couldn't have enough of me. Every part of me felt sensitive. My temperature rose from the blood rushing through me in a desirable panic, like a dam that burst under intense pressure. This is a desirable panic. I've never heard of a panic being desirable, but there we go. And it was not my heat alone, but his that I could feel. The kiss was a luxury, and as I sank further into him, he bound me more and more tightly. He was so bold that I nearly felt he was going to consume me. His palms against my cheeks burned me. And I adored it. It was his kindness and no one else's I so adored. This feels so strange. A part of me wonders if I may melt and become one with him. Were he not holding me so tightly, I may have been too weak to stand. I could hardly even breathe. When our lips finally parted, I was lightheaded in the most wonderful way. Giddy in a way I could have stayed for days.
Emily, are you all right?
My breathing turned heavy and sharp. My chest hurt, my head was spinning, and my body could have competed with the heat of a boiling pot. What strange things to come from a kiss! I kept half expecting either Pendleton or Papa Lupin to just show up and be like, "Hello! What are you kids doing up here by yourselves?" The best I could manage was to shake my head.
Oh. I suppose you wouldn't be. I hope you don't mind. I know that was indecent of me. You look as though you could have suffocated if we kept going. And it feels like your body is on fire, Emily.
That's your fault. Before I could catch my breath, he embraced me closely again.
But holding you when you're so warm is enough to make me never want to let go. I want to stay like this forever.
I would have been tempted to answer were I not so drained. I lay in his arms, leaning into the hand which stroked my cheek.
I find it, darling, the way you become so meek in times like these.
Oh, don't try to toy with me again!
I'm not trying to toy with you. I'm only speaking my mind. Your assertive side, your courageous side, the way you smile, the way you cry. Every side of you is so beautiful to me. I'm captivated by you, utterly enamored. All I want to do is look at you, to have only you reflected in my eyes. Who I am, down to my very soul, is a man who longs to steal you away, for I...
Lupin? He fell silent.
The original plan was to come for you after I'd finished stealing all the world's other treasures. But all it took was a mere week away from you, and I could wait no longer.
Huh? Aw, the knight's vow. You love to see it. So many pictures in this route. I love it. Lupin bent to one knee, his hand gliding from my cheek to my shoulders, trailing till it met my own hand. And he kissed it, purely like a knight swearing an oath to his princess.
Emily, I proclaim here and now. I love you with all my heart. I will give everything I have to you. Become a shield that will protect you. Become a sword that will arm you. So...
He did not move as his eyes turned to watch me. They were lacking in confidence. There was no smirk or coyness to his act, no twinkle in his way, but an expectation. A hope.
So, will you swear the same to me? Swear that you will always be by my side.
Goodness! I'm not certain I need to swear to anything. I've been the one chasing you, so of course I want to be with you.
Thank you, Emily.
I never thought there would come a day that Lupin said he loved me. I never thought there would come a day that the two of us could spend our lives together. But he was here, in this day, in this moment, in front of me. That warm hand which touched mine, shyly, sweetly, fulfilled my every desire. I suppose dreams do come true after all.
I love you, Emily. I really love you.
I love you too, Lupin. Red Rose, the last love. Proof from Lupin of his vow to me. Interesting. I thought it was going to be his mother's necklace that was going to be the thing. The door to a new story, to my beloved, has been opened in the extras section. I don't think any of us are quite ready for that epilogue when it happens. I heard it's pretty spicy, like snuggling naked by the fire kind of spicy, so I'm gonna need like a lot more ice before I play through the epilogue. Oh my goodness, this boy. I don't know. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember the last time I've been so frustrated with a narcissist in a long time. Probably, honestly, it's been since Yuri that I've had this level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not devotion. Devotion's not right. Investment. This level of investment in a narcissist boy. I mean, I love my narcissists through any and all games. But Yuri was special. And I really feel Lupin has also taken that spot in my heart after this route. I can't believe I actually cried. I was not expecting tears. And it wasn't tears of frustration. It was like just tears of like, no, it's so close. I honestly thought it was going to end with him just disappearing, and then in the epilogue he was going to come back and that's when he was going to start staying. Oh man, but I loved this route. It was so good. And we got like so much new stuff too. We got to meet Moriarty finally. We learned that the photograph we have of the Queen and her parents is a key clue to solving her parents' murder. So just like overall plot-wise as well, we got a lot out of this route, which was really great. I think they handled Emily slowly falling for this boy very well. I don't know, it was what's also weird about this route is it felt so fast, but I think it was as long as the other routes. It might have even been longer, I'm not sure, but maybe it's just because it's like Lupin himself. He's just like here like a flit and then he's just gone again. So it just felt like the story kept moving really fast, but I think it was the same length as the other routes, which is really interesting. We spent so much time with him too. Like, there's hardly anything to do with our other classmates, which has not been the case so far with the other routes. I mean, Akachi, we kind of didn't really see our classmates either, but because Kobayashi is always there, you kind of have another person to play off of, but this was a lot more intimate, with just Emily and Lupin going at it against each other. So that was really neat. Yeah, I don't know what to say, except I loved it. It was super romantic. I'm sure it'll come as no surprise to anybody that this boy stole my heart away, and so now he's number one. I don't gotta play through the epilogue to know this. Sorry, Akachi. I do love you too, in a different kind of way, but man, this boy.
This sweet narcissist boy came in and flew me out the window. Flew away with number 1. Oh, that was just great. It was so good. I can't wait to play through his epilogue. I was hoping to find out about how he got his detective ring as, you know, John Lupin. Because he never actually solved any cases. So, I do like that theory that he actually just stole a ring from Her Majesty, and that's how he got into this detective's course. But why is he in the detective's course? Does he actually want to be a detective? There was a little snippet, right, in his backstory where he talks about, like, he didn't want to be a thief for a long time, but didn't actually talk about what he wanted to do. But then after his mom died, he just kind of, like, dove headfirst into becoming a gentleman thief like his dad. And then it all became about getting revenge for his mom and stuff. Maybe he wanted to be a detective. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more about that in the epilogue, too. I'd be okay with that. Doesn't just have to be spicy stuff, you know? We can get some backstory. I'm good with that. Anyway, before we end, let's take a look at this rose and see what it says. Roses may be beautiful, but they have their thorns. Proof of Lupin's vow to me. 'Cause every rose has its thorn. Alright, guys. Well, that is going to do it for John Lupin / Jean Lupin's route, our sweet gentleman thief. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey and for all the spice and all the crying and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Next time we are going to be doing his epilogue route. Have some ice on hand. That's my recommendation. I'm gonna just have an ice bath probably afterwards if what I've heard is true. But I guess we'll find out together, hopefully. Alright guys, until next time, I will see you later.